We have with us Harry McNulty, an Irish Olympian and a superstar and captain of the Kalinga Black Tigers. Harry, thank you for agreeing to do this.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here in Mumbai to be able to represent the Kalinga Black Tigers. I'm having a lot of fun.
Great. So we'll start with the beginning, Harry. What brought you into the game?
I always knew the game through my father. He played as a kid in Ireland and then all through his adult life as well. So then when I was growing up, I was able to see him playing rugby. And then I was born in the Middle East in Bahrain, and there's a rugby club there. That's where I started my rugby. And then I moved back to Ireland where my parents are from. And I went to a boarding school there called Rosko College, which is a really big rugby school. And from there, just continued on and went and managed to play for Ireland. And now I'm here in Mumbai.
Amazing. And what does rugby mean to you? Because obviously, you know, it's a family affair, and your father's do you ever feel that pressure also sometimes?
Yeah, family affair. My brother also plays professionally in America too, which is great. No pressure. My parents never put me under any pressure as well. Just wanted me to play for however long I wanted to play at whatever level. And I'm lucky enough that the opportunities came around for me to be able to represent Ireland and go to 2 Olympics and captain the Irish team as well. So in a way, I was able to take it as far as I wanted to go, and thankfully I managed to do pretty well.
Talking about Kalinga Black Tigers, you have some of the most accomplished rugby players in the world in the team. We have the likes of Perry Baker, you have Lucas, you have Rosko, we have you, of course. So, what is your captaincy involved? Because I think, is this the first time when you're playing with such a big bunch from different parts of the world who you must have played against? So what does this captaincy and this team means to you?
It's really an honor. It's the first year that this tournament has been set up, so wasn't sure really how it was going to go because there's different style by playing a game a day rather than just on the weekends. I've had my opportunities to play with some players before, so I played in Fiji with Mike Friday's team there, with Rosko and a few Fijian players, but first time getting to play with the likes of Perry and Lucas. And yeah, it's been really fantastic. Having players of such huge criteria, like players that have been so amazing in their entire career, it makes it very easy for me to be able to captain. And Morris Longbottom, he's been really good as well, kind of helping me. He likes to do a lot of the energy, a lot of the talking before, and I kind of maybe like to do things on the pitch myself. But yeah, it's fantastic to play with guys that have caused me so many headaches over the years, and then also being able to pass knowledge on to the bridge players, so the Canadian guys, and then down to the local players here from India as well.
Talking about local players, how talented, full of potential did you find them, and what are the challenges navigating around them? Because I know language has been a bit of a barrier, maybe perhaps in the beginning, not now. So how did you navigate it, and what do you have to say about Indian rugby players?
Yeah, I think it's really interesting, and I think there's a lot of learning for Indian rugby players, but the game is relatively new, especially at this level, for all of the local players. So we've been very lucky. Rajiv, our strength and conditioning coach, has been fantastic for us. He knows the game of rugby, but then he's also there to help translate some more of the technical aspects of the game, because he understands what Mike is talking about, and he's able to relay that message really clearly over to the local guys, which really helped them gain some confidence. I think there's a lot of talent from the Indian players, and we've definitely seen them grow over the 2 weeks of training, but also over the 2 weeks of games. Every game, we've all made mistakes, but every game you can see that those mistakes become less and less. And actually, especially the local Indian players have been able to put their stamp on the game. We've got a couple tries from the local guys as well, so they've been able to get their names on the scoreboard, which is massive. But then on the other side of the game, like, we've had some of the Indian guys really stepping up in defense and even tackling marquee players, and that really helps us, because that means we can allow the Indian players to perform the role that we need them to do, so then it allows us to then have our job rather than having to do a lot of other jobs on the field. So it's been fantastic to watch them grow.
Brilliant. And talking about the Rugby Premier League in general, how important are such tournaments for the growth of rugby and for the players as well?
Yeah. This tournament is really massive for us. The only way you can professionally play rugby sevens at the moment in the world is if you represent your national side, but also at the highest level. So this is adding a new revenue stream for local players, bridge players, as well as marquee players. It means that there's more chance to grow, because if you are with a team, playing with a team that's at the top of the world, that's great. You're getting the most experience possible. But if you're born into a nation that's not too big into rugby, this is another opportunity for you to grow and become a better player, like we're seeing with the local Indian players. So there's this really good connection and collaboration. And then everybody knows rugby isn't really that well paid, but it's a really big contact sport, and people put absolutely everything on the line to represent their countries and their nations, and then even when they come here to play in the RPL. So to have this opportunity as another revenue stream is really important, and it keeps people in the game for longer, and it really helps to grow the game.
What has been the crowd support like? The entire ambience of the league, if you were to talk about from travel to the crowd to the arrangements, how would you rate it?
I would say for the first year, the crowd's been really good. It's not the biggest crowd in the world, that's fine. But in terms of how loud the crowd is, how much they're into the game, they're celebrating every moment, they're even celebrating every team. The crowd there are really dedicated to the sport, and they want to see the success of the sport as much as the players. So I think it's really been fantastic. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this tournament grows. Obviously, it's in its first year. The fact that it's got up and running is a success. Everything else is extra. But I definitely see that there's a lot of growth that can happen, especially in years 2 and 3. I think we're going to see a really big growth in the entirety of the program. And it's very exciting.
So for those who do not know, Harry is also a very big travel person, and his travels are known to the world. You can follow him on social media. His travel social media profile has more followers than his rugby social media profile. So from that perspective, Harry, tell us about experience of India as a country to travel. And I mean, what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, it's my first time to India, Mumbai. We've only had like 1 or 2 days down in Colaba, and we were down at the local slum. We went to the gateway to India. We went to some beautiful cafes. So that's been really nice. I think tomorrow, it'll already be done by the time this comes out, but I'm going to go and try and get some shirts made in the local market. I've bought a kurta, so I'm getting involved in the local community. We went over to the East Coast, over to where the Kalinga team are representing, over to Odisha. I thought that area was beautiful. I really want to come back to India. There's a lot of different areas that I want to be able to explore. I love my safari, so I want to go see the Black Tigers in real life. And I want to go see some, like, the Taj Mahal, of course, but some of the other parts. And this won't be my last time to India.
Tell me some of the Hindi words which you must have picked up, because obviously I'm sure everyone's picking up something or the other. Morris, Lucas, etc. They've been talking about, and please, not the bad words.
I haven't got as many. I keep hearing, is it cello?
Yes.
So everyone says cello, and then also we were trying to involve some Hindi words into the rugby. So Hatora means hammer, I think. Hatora.
Yes.
It means
yes,
hammer.
Yes.
So that was one of our words that we were using for the rugby team. If we wanted the players to carry, the English word that we were using was hammer. So then we were asking the local guys, what's the Hindi word for that? So then we were using that.
So you were using Hatora between the match while you guys are playing?
Yeah, well, we're trying. Yeah, because obviously we spoke about a small language barrier. So in the heat of the moment, sometimes it's difficult to understand what's going on. And it's even more difficult if someone's saying a word that you aren't used to. So we were trying to find some comfort in that chaos and be able to implement in some local language. And that was one of the words that we devised as something that the English-speaking guys could use easily, and then the Hindi guys would be able to understand.
So as a captain of the team, if I were to ask you, who's the most fun one in the team? Who's would you name?
Fun,
loving, who's always like laughing and making everyone laugh around. Who would that player be?
Perry's got a very big personality when he wants to. Sometimes he's very serious, he's locked in. but other times he can be quite funny. Rosko, though, I think across the board. Unfortunately, he got injured early in the tournament, but he has had everybody from the local guys all the way up through the staff laughing, and we've really enjoyed his time with us and his presence, and he adds a lot of value both on and off the field.
Who's the most serious one in the team?
It's the most serious. I think
You?
there's a little bit of seriousness with me, but I think Morris, especially when it comes to the game time, you can tell he's very, very serious. He hates to lose. He's really not a sore loser. That's not the right way to determine it, but he takes it personally, and he sits with it, and then I think he brings that energy back out then when the next time we go to play. So he wears his heart on his sleeve, as we say.
He mentioned that he's the very bossy one and he likes to boss everyone around on the field.
Yeah.
Who's the most shy one, if you were to say?
Who's the most shy? I think shy it probably comes with the local guys a bit more, but I think that's more so due to the nature of the language barrier a little bit more. Because I think if we were able to speak Hindi, I think these guys would be jumping up and laughing a whole lot more. But like Arjan and Assis, I think they're young guys who are a bit louder. And then Pradeep, you can tell he's a bit more silent, but he gets through a lot of hard work, and he's a really, really lovely guy, and been enjoying working with him over the last couple of weeks.
And Harry, we've noticed that you sit on a particular seat when you're going in the bus. Is it like, some sort of, a routine which many players have? They have these superstitions where they have to sit on that particular seat in the bus always. So do you have something like that subconsciously?
Subconsciously, I think, especially with the bus, the first time you get on the bus and you sit down in the seat, you lay claim to it automatically, and you find comfort in that seat. And so it's not specifically the certain row or the certain side. It was just first time I got on the bus, that's the seat that I chose, and from there on in, if you actually look at all the other seats on the bus, you'll start to find familiarity. You'll see other guys sitting in the same seats as well.
Your favorite food, Indian food, which you've tried?
Oh, my favorite food was you're going to have to help me with the name, but it's the breakfast food that's almost like a crepe. It's
Dosa.
Dosa, yes.
Okay.
I came across the dosa actually on the first or second day in when we were staying in Navi, Mumbai.
Okay.
And I really loved it. I thought it was great. I had never seen it before. Obviously similar to like a crepe pancake style, but I really, really enjoyed it. It's got a bit of a tanginess to the dough, but then they had the potatoes on the inside, and then we also had the sauce to go with it, and I thought it was really beautiful.
Of course, your name Kalinga Black Tigers. Kalinga is Odisha, where you've been to the eastern part. Do you want to travel there more as well in future?
Yeah, I think when we were heading over there, myself and Perry particularly were talking about how maybe we could figure out how to go up to the national park to see the Kalinga Black Tigers, the Black Tigers. But we headed more south, obviously to Ramba Palace. Had the most amazing time there. It was spectacular. We were treated so well, treated like royalty in the palace. It was amazing. But yeah, definitely want to come back and head over, see the Black Tigers, and spend some more time in the area that we're representing.
Any message to all your fans, especially all the Odia fans who are watching?
Well, I've been told that there's a couple of bars that have been known as the host of the Kalinga Black Tigers for all of the games over in Odisha. So I want to say specifically to the crowd that are showing up to our game every day, watching it on the big screen. Thank you so much for all of your support. We can hear your roar all the way across India, and we can't wait to come back again even next year. But your support this year has been spectacular. Thank you.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you very much. Cheers.